Thank you very much, Ben. Very much appreciate that. And thank you, and good morning, everyone, and thank you for being here. And really, don't fear. I plan on being brief so that we can get to our esteemed guest, Dr. Jerry Nicholsberg, to provide the 2019 economic forecast. He's also going to give us this is great, he's going to give us the winning Powerball numbers this coming weekend. So we'll see how well you do forecast, Jerry. Thank you. And there's so many people here to recognize this morning, but I do need to take a moment to recognize two. Two of my heroes are here to see if I make it through the speech. My wife, Jane, and my son, Patrick. And Jane is moving in on 35 years in neuro-oncology at UCSF, and Patrick has just finished his first year as being one of our vital CAL FIRE firefighters. So thank you for being here this morning. So I do appreciate the opportunity to be here. As chair of the Board of Supervisors, representing my colleagues, really to stand before you and declare without hesitation that the state of our county is strong. And it's we always like strong counties. And really, our county is strong because of the tenacity and perseverance of its residents. Residents who are quite literally rising from the ashes to rebuild their homes and their communities. Residents such as Brad Sherwood of Larkfield, who I know is here this morning, Michael Holdner of Mark West Estates, Jeff Okrepke of Coffey Park, Will Abrams of Hidden Hills, Susan Maron of Kenwood, all serving as captains within their neighborhoods, points of contact, to tackle obstacles, to collectively overcome challenges, to ensure they and their neighbors can not only rebuild, but establish an even stronger community. It's residents like Vida Iskandar, who established a website entitled Neighbors Together, a clearinghouse of information for those in the rebuilding process. It's residents like Mike Beeler, a local contractor, who authored guidelines to assist those in rebuilding process to hire architects, engineers, and contractors, all at no cost. Our county is strong because of the businesses that supply more than simply jobs within our county, but become part of the fabric of the community. Businesses such as Medtronic, who partnered with Homes for Sonoma and provided land for temporary housing for fire survivors. Businesses such as Boulevard Barbers and the Petaluma Hair Company, offering free haircuts to Coast Guard members during the recent government shutdown. Businesses such as Keysight Technologies, who temporarily moved 1,200 employees to Rohnert Park in Petaluma to maintain operations within the county while their facility was brought back online. Businesses such as the Russian River Brewing Company, whose Sonoma Pride beer raised over $1.1 million to benefit fire relief. Our county is strong because of the many community organizations and nonprofits through which our residents generously donate their time, their money, and their expertise. Organizations like the Redwood Empire Food Bank, providing over 13 million pounds of food annually to those in need in our community. Organizations such as the Career Technical Education Foundation of Sonoma County, partnering with companies and organizations such as SMART, Keysight Technologies, County Fleet Services, LabCon, EJ Gallo, and Strauss Family Creamery to provide gap year internships through Sonoma Corps, growing our local workforce for the future. Organizations such as Burbank Housing, who recently purchased the Parkwood Apartments in Rincon Valley, ensuring residents affordable rents for the next 55 years. Organizations such as COTS in Petaluma, who just this week provided 24 residents a home of their own. And just this morning, you saw in the paper, organizations such as Kaiser Permanente, just yesterday, $1.6 million to Burbank Housing to build affordable housing complex in Santa Rosa, totaling an $8 million investment in their community for fire recovery. So if we've learned anything from the past 18 months, is that this county can overcome any obstacle. It is because of we can overcome any challenge, any impediment, because of the tenacity and the determination, the generosity, the compassion of its residents, of its businesses, and its community partners. When our county was faced with adversity and hardships and tough times, We didn't throw up our hands in defeat. We came together, neighbor helped neighbor, stranger helped stranger, and we began the hard work of rebuilding hand in hand. That is strength. That is why we say Sonoma strong. Because of the housing crisis, skip my page. I knew I was going to do that. But for as strong as Sonoma County is today, we cannot afford to become complacent. We cannot rest. There is always more work to be done, more challenges to tackle, and more improvements to be made. The wildfires have provided a new lens in which to shape our work, a new focus, a new way of doing business. The nature of government, let's face it, at all levels, is to be additive. New regulation is usually added on top of old regulation, which is usually from even previous legislation or regulation. That has been business as usual. And it doesn't have to be that way. In fact, many times it shouldn't be that way. Permit Sonoma has stepped up, slashing fees by a third or more, turning permits around in days, not weeks, expediting permits and projects. We are one of the only counties in this state of California to process accessory dwelling units applications over the counter. Because of the housing crisis, Permit Sonoma took the unprecedented step to ask residents to help identify vacant or underutilized land that could accommodate housing. That resulted in 60 submittals that could result in over 2,000 housing units. It's an unprecedented move, but when you are in the middle of a crisis, you take bold action. New affordable housing developments will soon be in Sonoma Valley and Windsor, on West College and Roseland Village in Santa Rosa. The county and the city of Santa Rosa are piloting new approaches to planning for housing through the recently created Renewal Enterprise District. The RED allows both the city and the county to access financing and funding through our state and federal partners. Again, when you are in the middle of a crisis, you take bold action. Housing growth will not and cannot sacrifice our quality of life, however. And to that end, our green belts and urban growth boundaries are secure, and our access to open space has increased. In the past 10 years, Sonoma County Regional Parkland has doubled in size. This past October, Tole Lake Regional Park became the newest, and at 3,400 acres, the largest regional park in our system. To ensure the ongoing quality of our regional and city parks, voters in November overwhelmingly passed Measure M, which will provide $11.5 million in annual funding. The Sonoma County Ag and Open Space District now protects over 117,000 acres, including 3,000 acres added this past year. The district's matching grant program pledged over $3.6 million for new park extensions, new improvements, and public access throughout the county. We also know that strong counties need strong infrastructure. And over 5 years ago, the Board of Supervisors made a commitment to rehabilitate our 1,380-mile county road network. Since that date, Sonoma County has increased road funding by a factor of 9 and resurfaced nearly 400 miles of roads. Last year alone, 27 roads totaling 100 miles were paved, and we're looking at a similar rate in the next cycle. To achieve this, Sonoma County spends more discretionary dollars on roads than any other county in the state of California. SB 1 will provide another $12 million to our county for roads, and we have dedicated one half of those dollars to pavement preservation, resurfacing, and the other half to maintenance. And neither investment will supplant existing funding, but only add to it. Our county road pavement index increased for the first time in decades, and we are finally starting to turn the corner on county roads. Our freeway widening project is fully funded, and we promise to be Marin County's biggest advocate for completing the Sonoma Marin Narrows. SMART recently welcomed its 1 millionth passenger. Its Larkspur extension, currently under construction, will open this fall, and the airport to Windsor segment is fully funded. In addition, just this week, a new grant of $12.6 million to construct nearly 5 miles of pathway was awarded. Our successful Sonoma County Airport now has 4 airline carriers, It's closing in on 1.5 million passengers a year, a number that will continue to grow as flights to Denver and Dallas come online later this year. On your tables this morning, you'll see some Alaska Airlines swag. Alaska Airlines is celebrating over a decade of service to Sonoma County, and we thank them for their partnership. Sonoma Water continues to address the challenge to use every drop of water efficiently and effectively, not only for today, but for future generations. In compliance with state law, and in order to improve reliability, we have successfully launched groundwater sustainability agencies in 3 basins within the county. And right this minute, we are in the process of saving ultimately billions of gallons of water in Lake Mendocino by utilizing enhanced weather forecasting tools to better manage our reservoirs. And thank you to our Congressman Huffman and Thompson for their help in that. We are also protecting our largest source of water, Lake Sonoma, through the deployment of a fire camera network. We also know strong counties rely on a robust public safety system. This year, the county purchased a new $5.5 million helicopter, a tool that has proven to be invaluable to law enforcement and in saving lives. The new helicopter replaced a 22-year-old model and whose age was requiring costly maintenance, and I think I can definitely relate to that. The county also doubled the staff within the Emergency Management Division. The division will now allow the county to prepare, respond, and recover from any disaster. Just this last Tuesday, the board discussed a new approach to providing fire protection services within Sonoma County, a generational change that could see the current 39 separate agencies consolidate to a handful or even perhaps one, all with the intention to provide superior service in the most efficient way possible to the residents of Sonoma County. So we are a strong county, and while we do not know what this year will bring, we do know that we need to continue to move forward. We need to continue to face those challenges head on, continue to work collaboratively, and we need to continue to take care of one another. We know we can't rest. We know there is more work to be done, more challenges to tackle, and more improvements to be made. But I think by doing so, we will always be and always remain Sonoma County strong. So thank you very much for being here this morning. And not only is today a special day, not just because we're going to get the Powerball numbers here shortly, but this is also the last State of the County event masterminded by our beloved Ben Stone. And Ben's going to be retiring in some months down the line after, 33 years of duty, Ben? And I want to please direct your attention to the video screen as we honor Ben this morning.